Senator Hyde-Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Beaudreau, for being here today and discussing these with us, because this bill's implementation is really critical to the state of Mississippi. As I understand it, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act set a one-year time frame for the Department of Interior to create regulations on granting leases, easements, or right-of-way of the outer continental shelf for long-term sequestration of carbon dioxide, and that BOEM and BSEE are working to draft the regulations for public comment. Would you please provide us a status update on where the department is with those regulations, and when can we expect to see the guidance on that?
Yeah, thank you, Senator. And this is a really crucial provision in the law that, again, I think can provide enormous benefits and take advantage of the robust industry that we have in the Gulf of Mexico to accomplish carbon sequestration. The Bessie and BOEM are focused on developing these regulations. The timeline under the infrastructure law is very aggressive, and as you pointed out, we're behind that timeline. But this is, from a regulatory perspective, one of our highest priorities, and we will have the draft regulations out this coming year with the idea of finalizing those regulations as quickly as possible.
This coming year is in 2023?
Yes.
Okay. And going back off of the conversation with Senator Cassidy, would you please explain the socially optimal standard?
Again, not being completely familiar with, the quote he pulled out on that point, I will restate: the administration does not have, a preconceived socially optimal standard for oil and gas production, and so the social cost of carbon is used as a disclosure tool to provide the public with information about, the full potential impacts of oil and gas activity, but there's not a preconceived, socially optimal level that we work towards.
Okay, well, can you tell me where the Outer Continental Shelf Lands Act directs the Interior Department to try to create socially optimal levels of oil production? And where is socially optimal defined in the law or in regulations? Where can we find that so we can decide what this is?
There's not such a provision under OXLA that I'm aware of.
At all?
No, not as you described, no.
The proposed program includes these two lease sales in 2024. As part of any final record of decision or programmatic EIS, the department also publishes a multi-state EIS for the individual lease sales. And I am told the department has not even issued the notice of intent for the multi-sales EIS, which makes it difficult to know if you will even have lease sales in 2024. What is the status of the multi-sale EIS for 2023 through 2028 offshore program?
Yeah, so as I discussed earlier, we are implementing the IRA, which means we will implement 2 Gulf of Mexico lease sales in 2023 as required by the law. We are also in the process within BOEM looking at the analyses necessary both to finalize the 5-year program, but not predetermining what's in that program. And so, we have not publicly moved forward with, what used to be called the multi-sale EIS for the program that has yet to be finalized.
Okay, thank you. I yield, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Hoven.